Hey y'all, long time no see. Thought I'd drop in and show you what I've created here for our yard. I know there's a few folks have been looking at the video I did on the Christmas tree to display your Christmas village on. And thank you for watching, y'all. Thank you for all the kind comments and suggestions on how to improve that. I'm always open for constructive criticism on anything I do. But these trees, you know what they're made out of? Take a wild guess. If you said wood, you're partially right. Let's step in closer. Old pallets. All that's pallet wood. Ain't that neat? That's an old fence. Anyway, any old scrap wood you got, you can make one of these handy dandy outdoor Christmas trees, or I guess you could use it indoors if you wanted to. But I've made them in different heights. We've had these, golly, for about 4 or 5 years now. Put them in the barn when we're not using them, bring them back out around this time of year. Always have to replace the lights because, let's face it, Christmas lights last one season if they make it that long. On these, I made the mistake of stapling them in. And if you're stapling them, make sure you don't hit a wire. But anyway, these still work. But when the lights go bad, you play a booger trying to get those lights back off if you stapled them. What I did this year, I drove me a little roofing nail down here in the corner and just wrapped the wire around it. But let me tell you a little bit about how I built these things. They're pretty straightforward. Let's see if we can get that. Well, that one ain't gonna do it. I'll use this one. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. If a Christmas tree falls in the driveway and no one's around to hear it, will it make a noise? Anyway, they're pretty straightforward. You figure out how tall you want to make the trees. I think that one is probably around a little over 6 foot, a little over 4 foot. And then I got one, I think that one's a little over 9 foot. I really didn't measure for precision on how tall I wanted them. I just wanted a variety of heights. So I started out with my 2x2 back there in the back. And then to figure out how wide I wanted the, I guess you could call them limbs. What I did, I cut me one slat out of my pallet. And I think that one's right at 3 foot, something like that. And I just nailed it in the bottom, probably about a foot off the ground. And then I went all the way to the top and put a nail up in the top. Then I wrapped the string around that nail. I took the string straight down to the bottom of this, went over, and then I went back up. That gave me a rough outline of the tree. What I did after that, I figured out how many limbs I wanted. This one doesn't have that many. This one's got a lot. And then I just laid one there, laid one out, laid one out, laid one out. And then I just traced off the edge of the string to cut the width of the limbs, or the length of the limbs. Turned out pretty good. As far as lights, that tree and that tree, probably around the 5 foot ones, even the 9 foot one, and the 9 foot one, one strand of lights, 100 lights in the box covered that tree. It went from the bottom all the way up, all the way down, and right up the middle, or vice versa. Anyway, it had enough lights to cover it, but it only gives you one strand, and then one down the middle. My wife brought it to my attention this morning that looks like crap. So she said, you need to do it like you did this one, and just wrap the lights all the way around. She said it'll look better. She said these will look like a paper jet out there. And I thought, well, you know what, you're right. So I'm going back to Walmart and buy more lights and finish dialing it up. We've had these for about 5 years now, I think. And when they're not in use, I put them back in the barn, bring them out once a year, change out what bulbs I need to. Like I said, don't staple them. I mean, you could punch a hole through a wire, or next year the lights ain't gonna work and it's gonna be rough trying to get all those staples pulled out. And then what I did to paint them, I mean, you can tell I didn't spend a lot of time painting them. I wanted to make them look rustic, and they look pretty rustic right now, except for that one. Don't look too rustic. But what we're going to do with them, we're going to take these new decorations we just got. We bought off a fella I know down the highway, and we're going to make a little winter wonderland, something my wife's always wanted to do. We got 4 horses and a stagecoach looking ride over there, and we will take lights and we'll go all the way around the horse, and then we'll go all the way around the stagecoach and light it up at night. It'll be a merry and bright Christmas. So if you want to make you something quick to go out in your yard this year, if you're sitting around scratching your head thinking, you know, I'm in the Christmas spirit, but beating my head on the wall is what I want to do, that's what you need to do. Put any color light you want it, any kind of light you want on it. When you get ready to stand it up, I'll show you what I do. I take a 1/2 inch piece of rebar, probably about 4 foot, 5 foot, something like that. Hammer it down in the ground, and then I zip tie it to the rebar. Or you can use tie wire if you're familiar with tie wire. First year I did it, I cut me some pieces of plastic out of an old 5-gallon bucket and just made some straps, but the screws eventually rust out and stuff. So zip ties, tie wire, whatever, holds it on that rebar pretty good. And then when you're ready to take it down, just cut the zip ties of the tie wire, pull them down, store them up, have them again for next year. All right, y'all, I got to get back to it, and I want to show you something for all you folks that follow me for tractor stuff. If you notice, there's nothing here right now except Franklin and his ball, but there's some oil that's from my truck. But tomorrow the journey begins, y'all. I'm bringing something here, and we're going to go on this journey together. So you're going to kind of check in every once in a while. I know I don't post that often, and you think, you know, this guy must have moved to Paraguay or died or something, or lost his cell phone and can't make videos anymore. But I make a video here and there, and thanks to all y'all who watch, thanks to all of you who have subscribed and commented. Thank you, Franklin, for being you. Franklin says you are crazy. Anyway, Merry Christmas, y'all. Build you some trees. Celebrate the reason for the season. Go get you a stagecoach and some horses. Have fun. And watch for the next video. You're gonna like it. Merry Christmas, y'all.